Hey, what's happening, my friends? Welcome back to the channel. Let's talk about Dan Hooker versus Dustin Poirier. This fight apparently is in the works. Very exciting matchup. Let's get into it. Dustin Poirier's 5'9". He has a 72-inch reach. He's the former UFC interim lightweight champ. He has a mixed martial arts record of 25 wins, 6 losses, 1 no contest. Poirier has a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He has fantastic boxing for MMA, very technical, fluid. It's beautiful to watch him strike. He's also a gamer, very tough fighter. His last fight was a title fight against Khabib Nurmagomedov. He lost that match, but prior to that, he was on a 4-fight win streak. Dan the Hangman Hooker is 6 feet tall. He has a 75-inch reach, very big lightweight. He fights out of City Kickboxing. He's a blue belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He has a mixed martial arts record of 20 wins, 8 losses, and a kickboxing record of 9 wins, 1 loss. Dan Hooker is a very formidable and dangerous fighter. As stated, he's huge for the division. He's currently on a 3-fight win streak. His last fight was against Paul Felder. It was a very exciting fight. Hooker has some pretty great striking. He uses his size and reach perfectly. Great distance control. His grappling is coming along as well. Absolutely a contender to the title. So how could this fight between Dan Hooker and Dustin Poirier possibly play out? In this matchup, I think that I would personally favor Dustin Poirier. I think he has a greater history of fighting top competition. Dustin is a very crafty vet. He's skilled pretty much everywhere. With all that being said, Dan Hooker's an absolute beast. He can take a shot, loves to mix it up. He can be technical as well, but at the same time, he can go toe-to-toe with you. I'm going to have to give the grappling to Dustin Poirier. The stand-up is pretty even. I think Dustin has the better hands, but Hooker has that reach and size. He can tag you at long range with his hands, with his feet. He's just dangerous all around standing. But I think Dustin's hands and boxing are so good that he can get on the inside on Hooker. He will be able to deal with the kicks and land combinations on Hooker, wearing him down. The power's probably even. I might give the power edge to Poirier. Conditioning, I don't think that's going to be a factor for either guy. Dustin's path to victory, well, he has a few. If he can get the fight to the mat, that's one path, because I do think he's going to have the better grappling. And as far as stand-up, if he can get inside on Hooker, get past his kicks, his leg kicks, I think he can do damage on Hooker with his hands. Dustin is great in the pocket. On the flip side, it's pretty obvious. Dan Hooker's going to have to use his reach. Keep Dustin at his kicking and punching range. Don't let Dustin get inside. Absolutely don't let it hit the mat. And I can see Hooker winning a decision. I don't think Hooker would stop Poirier. Poirier is a pretty tough customer. Then again, so is Hooker. But for some reason, I can more see Poirier finishing Hooker. So my final pick for this fight, which I do think it'll be a hell of a fight and competitive, I would have to go with Dustin Poirier. But you guys let me know in the comment section who you think will win this matchup. Explain why if you have time. If you guys enjoyed the video, click subscribe, like and share, helps the channel grow. Appreciate you guys to the max. And until the next segment, take care.